The honourable member for Calgary-Fish Creek, followed by Edmonton-Riverview.
Mr. Speaker, this out-of-touch government continues to target our most vulnerable people. The Association for Community Living, the Council of Disability Services, and the Disabilities Workers Association are all calling the minister's $42 million cut to PDD the largest in Alberta history. Worse yet, they are warning that these dramatic cuts will throw the community into chaos and crisis. All the while, the minister has the audacity to insist these cuts will not impact services. Minister, how can you possibly guarantee that these vulnerable Albertans won't lose services as a result of these shameful cuts?
Mr. Speaker, I think I need to ask the member to revisit the fact that, in fact, the Disability Services envelope has not been cut its whole. In fact, it increased by $3.5 million. In addition to that, I identified in my speech yesterday that there are additional resources on the human services side of the ledger in employment supports, and I also indicated pretty clearly, I thought, that if there's additional support needed, I will seek that support. I am not going to cut services to individuals who need them. End of story, Mr. Speaker.
PDD community is disputing the minister's claim that these cuts will lead to more effective services. In fact, minister, warning that these cuts will set positive changes in the systems back, and I'll quote, further than ever. How can this government possibly excuse trying to find savings off the back of our most vulnerable Albertans? Why are you doing this, minister?
I also made it abundantly clear, I thought, yesterday, Mr. Speaker, that I'm not looking to seek cost savings. I'm looking to improve a system that is in need of improvement. We can do better, and we're going to do better, Mr. Speaker.
Given that the Premier gave a mandate to the minister asking that Given that the Premier gave a mandate to the minister asking that he continue to provide support to Albertans in a compassionate and caring manner, can the minister explain how leaving staff, family and Albertans with developmental disabilities meets his definition of compassionate and care?
I think there was a clause missing in that sentence, Mr. Speaker, or in that question. It didn't quite make sense to me. But as I said, I have been out there in communities across this province, 20 more communities in the next 2 weeks. I'm out talking to people. I'm understanding what their situations are. There is fear and anxiety out there. I freely admit that. I said that yesterday. We're dealing with it. We will have new contracts in place, and we will continue. If you need services, you will get services. End of story.